From black man to black
Yes.
man, how are you dealing with that? Because at the end of the day, I believe you got PTS or something. You got PTSD.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you get that level of trauma, and we don't understand the weapons of warfare about internet. The internet is some of the greatest weapons that we'll ever get hit by.
Yeah.
And so you're functioning in this space, getting attacked daily, oftentimes weekly, yearly, and you've been dealing with it so long. Black man to black man, are you okay?
I am, through the grace of therapy and through the benefit of veterans who have lived through it. One of my mentors, Reverend Jesse Jackson, I went to go see him a couple of years ago and was asking him a similar question. And he said, Jamal, do you remember when you were a kid, it was on the news that I rescued Lieutenant Goodman from being a hostage in the Middle East? I said, yes. He said, you remember that I got 4 more people who were hostages from terrorists. I flew over and got them released when the government couldn't do it. I said, yes, Reverend Jackson, I remember. He said, it's been over 25 years. No hostage that I got released has ever called to wish me Merry Christmas. Not one has ever wished me a happy birthday, but I'm not doing it for that. So it is not, Lateris, the sound of critics who don't know me. Yeah. It is the resounding silence of the people who I've assisted. That is a greater pain. And so living through blogs who feel is clickbait. Let me just say Jamal Bryant's name, and it's going to go 0 to 100 real quick. And my members, the beneficiaries of my ministry, are watching it and say nothing. But have you seen this? That they are not shutting it down saying, hey, I've never gone viral for feeding 1 million people. There's not one blog for me sending kids to college. There is absolutely no newspaper article about pulling this church out of foreclosure. But you...
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
But 3 million people watch a story about me eating ice cream. And so the psychological warfare that'll do will really make you purify what is your intention.
Really?
Yes.
That's what it did.
Why are you doing it? And if you're doing it for affirmation, John Maxwell said, if you want to be like, sell ice cream. But the moment you put sprinkles on it, somebody's going to be allergic. And so you got to figure out at your core, why are you doing it? Who are you doing it for? And realizing that the psychological data is correct. If 8 people in this room, Lateris, walk up to you and say, man, I like that gold chain you got on. And one person walks up and say, man, why'd you wear that gold chain in here? You're going to ride all the way back to the hotel thinking about that one person and ignore the 8. And so I have to be mindful that the people who I serve gratefully are not concerned about blogs. Yeah, do you understand? So all of the blogs that are written, all of the attacks, the evidence that God is with me, and I fought with God on it, the evidence God is with me is not that he made the blog stop. The evidence that he's with me is he didn't make church growth stop. Yeah, so I haven't been at a place said, oh man, if they wouldn't have said that, I would have been able to say to church. It's because of this blog I was never able to come back. But I say all the time, Lateris, humility is not my natural gift. And so my failures are always the same size of my success. Because that's the way God has to keep me balanced.
That's good.
And so,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I know whenever it is that I'm going through something, that something bigger is coming. And that's the agonizing factor of my enemies and my detractors. They cannot believe I'm still rising. No, I'm telling you, it is unfathomable. It is the deafening silence. I said to Karri, the deafening silence of all that was said, there was no blog that said, why is he marrying her? Because they couldn't find nothing. Really.
Yeah.
And it really speaks to who she is,
Yeah.
not to who I am. And I said to her that there's no other woman in the world I could have walked onto that stage with 5 million people watching and know that God has covered me. And so when I say I'm proud to be with her, it is a peace to know that I have a woman who makes me clean. Yeah, so she is, yeah. She is recycling me. So I don't have a brand manager. I don't have a publicist doing it. I have Karri's presence. So Karri's presence is the recycling factor.
You know, mess me up. I'm gonna get married tomorrow. Get married tomorrow. Sunday service, I'm getting married. Karri,
Yes.
how do you feel hearing them say that?
I could just listen to him all day. I love the sound of his voice all day. I could just listen to him. But no, yeah, he says that and it means so much to me, but it does not mean that I am perfect because I'm not.
My Lord.
Now, all right now.
No.
It does not mean that I'm perfect, but I think to me, just in hearing him say that, it's beautiful. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. It gives me joy that there is something that I bring to his life that gives him joy. So I think that it's amazing.
So, Karri, this is your second time around, right,
Yeah.
in marriage.
Yeah.
What did you learn about yourself from your first marriage that you're going to take into this new marriage and do things better?
Yeah, so many things. I am one of those people who believe that you can't, no matter who was the primary person that may have caused an issue in the marriage, I don't think that you can get divorced and not have to look at yourself as
Right.
well. So I don't put all of the blame on my ex-husband. We were both young. I got married right out of college, so we were about 25, maybe 26, getting ready to go into grad school. And unlike Jamal, I didn't come from a family where there was a rich history of marriage. I came from a family where marriage and divorce were just a regular thing. You got married and you got divorced. And one of the things that I wanted to do in my life was to break the pattern of what was happening with what I saw. And so I got married because I thought it was the right thing to do. I didn't know anything about myself at 26.
Right.
But I was following this path that society laid out. You graduate from school, you get a good job, you find a great partner, and then you build your life. And so there were so many things that we did not know, but one of the things that I have learned, one of the primary things, is that I had not come into the understanding of a wife being powerful in intercession. I didn't have that. I didn't understand. I knew about prayer, but I didn't understand a wife as an intercessor.